Did you know that nearly 30% of tourists in Egypt overstay their visa every year? I didn't either, but it just goes to show how important it is for you to understand the ins and outs of extending your visa. So, if you want to learn how to stay in Egypt over 30 days, watch this video. Hey y'all, it's Sade Imore, your favorite expat with nomadic tendencies. If you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. And if you're an oldie but goodie, hey you, I see you. Welcome back. Today, I'm diving into a super important topic for anyone who's planning on visiting Egypt and want to extend their visa, or who is already in Egypt and want to extend their visa. In this video, you will learn the eligibility requirements for extending your tourist visa in Egypt, the necessary documents you need to prepare, the application process and where to submit your request, tips to make your experience a bit smoother, and common mistakes to avoid when applying for an extension. Whether you want to see the pyramids, lounge by the Red Sea, or explore the city of Cairo, it's important for you to know how to navigate the visa extension process. Trust me, you don't want to get caught off guard when your visa is about to expire. Before I get into this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up so YouTube will recommend more of my videos. Let's get into it. First things first, you'll need to gather all of the necessary documents. You'll need 3 photocopies of your visa stamp page, 3 photocopies of your passport photo page. You'll need 1 passport-sized photo, as well as your passport, your rental agreement, your bank transaction receipt, which I'll tell you more about, and you'll also need a pen, black or blue ink. Now, you'll be going to the Ministry of Interior in Cairo, and the name of the building is the General Administration of Passports, Immigration, and Nationality in Abyssinia. The business hours are from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., Sunday through Thursday. Friday, the office is closed, and Saturday is usually for pickup. Now, it is said that you should apply at least 2 weeks early, but from my experience, 3 days is early enough. Before I returned to Egypt this last time, the rules on how to pay for your extension changed. Now they want you to go to the bank to get a receipt, which serves as proof of payment or transaction that you exchanged US dollars for Egyptian pounds. So I'm going to break down what that looks like and the steps to how you get the extension. What this means is whatever the extension fee is, let's just say it's 40 US dollars, you will take it to a bank, fill out a form, hand the 40 US dollars over to a teller, who will then give you Egyptian pounds equivalent to the 40 US dollars and a receipt. You will take that receipt, which is the bank receipt, the proof of transaction, along with the Egyptian pounds and all of the documents that I told you about earlier, to the Ministry of Interior. Now, I know I told you guys that the building opens at 8, but I want to let you know that it's very important that you're there earlier than 8 o'clock, because the lines can get ridiculous, okay? And the mission is to get in and to get out quickly, okay? With that being said, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the 3rd floor, window 37. You're going to hand over your passport as well as the bank receipt, and the teller will give you an application as well as a number. So you'll just sit down somewhere to fill out the form, and it'll ask you, how long do you want to stay in Egypt? You can put 6 months to a year. Now, I've put 6 months and gotten a year before, and I've put a year and gotten 6 months before. What I want you to know is not to really stress about that, because it's really up to whoever's doing your paperwork, okay? Just put 6 months, and if you want a year, put a year and hope for the best. Now, once your number is called, you'll go to whichever window called you and you'll hand over everything. I'm talking about your ticket number, the bank receipt, and all of the documents like the photocopies that you had made. Give them everything. Once they look through that, they'll give you this slip that you have to give to the bank. But don't worry, because it's on the same floor, literally in the same area. You'll just take it over to the bank, as well as the Egyptian pounds that you received. And once you make the payment for the visa, they'll give you a receipt. You take that receipt back to the window you just left. Once you do that, they will take a photo of you as well as have you scan your fingerprints, right? After that, you'll be done. They'll tell you when to come back to get your photo ID. When it's time for you to pick up your ID, you'll go back to the office on the 3rd floor, window 5. You'll hand them over the bank receipt that you got in that building, and they'll look for your ID card. If it's there, they'll give it to you, and if it's not, they'll tell you to come back. If you made it to the end of this video, I want to give you an amazing bonus tip, and that is if your children are under the age of 16, they ride under you and you do not have to pay for them. The only time you have to pay for them is when you are entering Egypt for the first time and have to pay the 25 US dollars. This means if you leave the country and come back in, you have to pay for your children. But when you get ready to extend your tourist visa, you do not have to pay for them. This also means you do not get a residency card for them because it is understood. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Shalom.